Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're back with another episode of my 1GP to Twisted Bow flipping series where I'm attempting to earn a Twisted Bow from scratch in under 1 year. If I fail, I'm going to be giving away all of the money that I've earned so far, as well as eating the spiciest pepper that I can find on a live stream. What a crazy week. With the release of the new beta worlds for the Nightmare of Ashihama, a few items have been drastically affected in price, mainly the Arcane Spirit Shield and more recently the Mage's book. So I'm going to try flipping some Arcanes. It's going to be pretty risky. I'm not really sure if it's going to be worth it because they're fluctuating a lot every day, but I think it's worth it for the content. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoy. If you are, I would really appreciate it if you left the video a like. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes on this video. Anyway, let's get started. We are starting this week's episode at 695 mil, which means we're only 5 mil off 700, which we should hit today. Otherwise, that is kind of an epic fail. Someone in the clan chat actually just recommended I do Dragon Warhammers, which currently they have a 400, almost 500k margin. So we're definitely going to try that item out. Next up here, we're doing a Dragonstone full helm flip. It seemed to be getting contested over this a bit more now, but we're going to still try for maybe 10 of them. Next up here, we're going to do the Anguish Ornament Kit. Definitely a favorite item of mine. We're going to do it for around 9.2 mil. And we'll go for double the buy-in limit because I'm probably going to head out today and not be checking in too frequently. Now, an item I haven't done in quite a while is the Abyssal Dagger, which we're going to price check right now. It actually has a 200k margin on it. Very, very good. We'll go ahead and do probably the full buy-in limit for that one. But I think this week I really want to just price check most of my margins, even if I end up losing quite a bit during the price check. For some reason over the last month or two, I've been doing a lot of guesswork, which honestly at this amount of money, it's not really worth doing anymore, in my opinion anyway. And to finish it up here, we're going to do the Twisted Buckler, and that's going to be pretty much all of our money invested. And we're starting off on the 1st of December. Let's see how this month treats us. Well, I'm not entirely sure what happened here, but we got a really good flip on the, well, pretty much everything, but the kilt, the Feminine Kilt, we ended up getting a 400k margin on it, which means we got 3.2 mil in profit just on the Feminine Kilt. That is insane. And the Basilisk Jaw, we got about a 300k margin as well, giving us around 1.2 mil on that. The Dagon High Hat, we ended up getting about a mil in profit on. And the Abyssal Dagger, we got about 600k, which means overall we got 6.2 mil in profit, which is huge considering that these are just kind of regular items I generally do. We definitely got kind of lucky, but I'll take it. That's a great way to start the episode. Now, one thing I've been enjoying a lot is the Justiciar armor set combinations. For one, that's just really easy for me to do. I don't really need to think about it too much. They often have very good margins and they take up 3 offer slots. Which is a lot more brain dead than 1 offer slot. As long as the margin is like maybe 300k or more, I don't have a problem doing it generally. I'm gonna do all 8 of them right now though, which is the full buy-in limit, which is gonna cost me about 500 or 600 mil. A very big investment, but currently we're gonna get about 3 mil back, and it really shouldn't take too long. And that was actually pretty much all of our money. Well, that set combination on the Justiciar worked very nicely. We ended up getting a 4.3 mil profit on it, 600k per combination. Now, the only problem is we ended up losing a bit of money on the Ancient Wyvern Shield. We lost 1.8 mil on that, which was a bit of a heavy loss, unfortunately. With everything together, we still profited about 2.7 mil. It could have been better, but I'm still pretty happy with that. I still have a few items I'm working on selling off. We have a bunch of money invested in the Gilded Scimitar and the Saradomin Godsword Ornament Kit. Right now, the Arcane Spirit Shield is just so crazy. I'm going to try it soon, but it's changing in price so drastically. It went from 140 down to almost 100 mil. Went back up to 120 and now it's going down again. I have no idea what's going on. Just going to roll the dice and hope I end up making money on it. Definitely not a good strategy necessarily, but if you do it quickly enough, it is possible to dodge out on a lot of the risk. Now, because the armor set combination worked so well before, I'm going to try it once again. The margin is pretty good, and we're going to go ahead and do... I don't think I did my math correctly here. I don't think we can afford 8 of them. No, definitely not. We'll have to go back and take something out. I'm not sure. I think I'll probably just instantly sell a scimitar here, no problem. And I think that's going to be it for today, guys. A pretty successful day in my opinion, and I'll see you tomorrow. I have another really nice set of successful flips and on weird items that I do a lot, but for whatever reason this week we've gotten really good margins. The Justiciar armor set, we did get about 300k on each one. So about 2 mil overnight, not bad on that one. But the Cape of Skulls, I somehow got a 500k margin on. Never gotten a margin that big on this item. But yeah, we got 2.6 mil on that item. And even the Ceridome and Godsword ornament kit, I somehow got like a 300k margin. So we got 1.7 mil on that. Overall, overnight, we ended up getting 6.3 mil on just 3 different items, and we have a bunch of things that we have yet to even sell off yet. So I am really happy with that, and like I said, we still have quite a few items. So I'm kind of lazy. I may just go ahead and do another armor set combination, as about half of our offer slots are taken up from sell offers anyway, so we don't really have that much space realistically. The margin is okay right now. I think I'm still going to go ahead and do it, but it's on the borderline where I'm not sure if it's totally worth it. I think maybe 200k is maybe my cutoff. Okay, I think we're fine. We'll do 7, and that will leave us with about 20 mil, which I could just realistically invest into anything. But anyway, hopefully they'll sell sometime today. We're going to invest the rest of our money into Ranger's gloves, and that's going to be it for now. Once again, a really nice flip on the Justiciar armor set. We ended up getting a 440k margin, which is just so good. It's really nice to find an item that is rewarding me for actually investing more money. Like I've consistently gotten about 300 to 400k margins. So that is another 3.1 mil profit from the armor set combination, and about 4 mil in total, which means this week we've been nailing it so far. We've gotten probably 20 mil in profit already. Maybe a bit less than that, but I'm very happy so far. So really there's no reason not to try this again because it's just working so well. I'm gonna go ahead and try another armor set combination. I have considered doing this more with the ancestral set, but I found the margins are not that much bigger and it costs like 2 or 3 times more. So I think it's better for me to max out 8 of the Justiciar sets instead of trying to do maybe 2 or 3 of the ancestral. Although with the way mage gear is going this week, it may have bigger margins actually. Okay, I'm gonna go for another 8 of the Justiciar armor set, leaving us with 80 mil to invest in 2 separate items. That is actually a really good margin on the Din's Bulwark. I'm gonna go ahead and try that. We'll just probably do 1 times the buy-in limit for now. Realistically, it doesn't really make that much sense to do double the buy-in limit for most items because the margin changes so quickly that you're most likely not going to actually realize that over a long period of time. But the Tome of Fire is another item that has been affected by the new weapon proposal. Very expensive right now, and I think the reason is because the Tome of Fire is actually pretty useful and boosts the damage of the new weapon by quite a bit. I'll probably just go with the Zamorak Godsword. Although it's not the most amazing margin, that's okay, let's just invest the rest of our money there. And I'll probably check back in later today, hopefully. Sadly, we ended up losing actually a lot of money here. We finally lost some money on the Justiciar armor set combination. 2.6 mil we lost, unfortunately. Not really sure why the armor pieces dropped so quickly, but just kind of bad luck, I suppose. Everything else kind of broke even on too, so we pretty much just lost money this time around. I'm gonna actually just dump all these items here too, just so we can see how much money we're at, because overall everything's been pretty positive, just not that very last flip, and we're up to 712 mil, which means, yeah, we're up about 17 or 18 mil on the episode already, which is really good. We got very lucky the first couple of days, so my collection of cups in my room right now has gotten to unheard of levels, and normally I deal with it at around 5 or 6 cups, but we're up to like 12 cups today. I'm not really sure if I'm trying to break a record or anything, but there's a lot of cups. And not just glasses. I've been taking mugs, jars. I even have a teapot in here. Like, it's very impressive. Okay, that's enough cup talk for today. We're going to go ahead and start off today with the Pharaoh's Scepter. We're going to do 20 of them for about an 87 mil investment. Next up here, we're going to do the Ring of Third Age, and we're going to do double the buy-in limit. These are flips I'm going to do overnight, so I don't mind doubling up on the buy-in limit. I'm going to try the Gilded Scimitar at about 20.5 mil, and we're going to go for 7 of them. I have not had very much luck on that item, but I got to keep trying, I guess. The Eternal Crystal just always has such a good margin, but I never end up buying more than like 1 or 2 anymore. Yet, here I am trying it again. There's a 200k margin on the Infinity Hat. I don't understand how there's always such a good margin. Yet, yeah, I never end up buying any of them. Okay, so even though I ended up losing a bunch of money on this set combination, I'm probably just going to go ahead and do more of it. Why not? And I do have exactly 3 offer slots available, so it just kind of seems like fate to me. Okay, we can just afford 4 of them, and that is going to be it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, I think it's time. We're gonna do the Arcane Spirit Shield. I did price check it manually, and there is a 800k margin, I believe. So in my head, if we can do this quickly, we're not gonna risk too much money. This item is extremely volatile right now, so we're gonna try to do all 8 of them, or 7 I guess, because we did a price check, which should bring us in about 3 or 4 mil probably within half an hour if everything goes according to plan. You may notice I have quite a few items to sell off yet, and we do need to put the Gilded Scimitar in here. We bought it for $25.50 and we're looking to get around a 100k margin. So I'm going to start off with one buying limit of the Ancestral. Maybe I'll try the Mage's Book later if I feel extra risky. And in this very last offer slot here, I'm going to put in for the Amulet of Torture, which very surprisingly has around a 100k margin. Alright, well let's hope for the best and see if we can make some money. Okay, I definitely did some bad math earlier. The Arcane Spirit Shield has a 1.6 mil margin on it right now, which means we just made 1.6 mil just like that. We did price check it for 1.6 mil loss, but oh, that'd be insane if we can get the rest of these at that margin. We're definitely going to try, and if we can do this quickly enough, we may be able to retain that margin, because that could easily be 7 or 8 mil within minutes, which would be so good. Well, the Arcanes were a bit of a mess, like anything good in this game. We ended up doing a bunch of different price points, but we did do all 7 of them. The best transaction was a 1.6 mil profit and the lowest was 300k, but probably evened out somewhere around the 1 mil mark per Arcane Spirit Shield, which means I made around 6 mil in profit on the Arcane Spirit Shield flip. Very, very good, and not usually like that. Right now the margins are extra wide just because of how crazy everything is right now. On top of that, I did try a few other flips, but the majority of our profit being from the Arcane. However, overall we got 6.9 mil in profit, bringing us up to 721 mil already, and we still have like 3 days left. So yeah, that went really well. I may try to do more Arcanes a bit later, but for now I think I still have hit my buying limit, and maybe I'd like to do something a bit more stable for now. We're going to start off by doing a few of the Remnant Kilts. I'm going to go for 7 of them. Now I ended up price checking the Imbued Heart here, and it turns out it as well has a really big margin. I'm not really sure why all of this mage gear is affected, but that is an 800k margin on the Imbued Heart. Definitely going to take advantage of that right now. Continuing on with the trend of mage gear, we're going to go for the Infinity Glove, which again has around a 100k margin. I'm going to go for 8 of the Team Cape Zeros for around 4.6 mil each. I'm considering buying some of these Mage's Book. I don't really know if this is a good idea. 8 mil is already ridiculously inflated over its normal price, but who knows? It's going up very quickly right now. If we end up buying one just for the content, screw it, we'll just see what happens. At most, I'll probably lose 4 mil. We'll leave it to fate to see if any of these buy at this price. And to finish it up, I'm going to go for 6 of the Justiciar armor set combinations. Right now, I have the potential to make a ton of money. It's really going to come down to, well, luck for a lot of it, and hopefully good margins for the rest of it. Anyway, let's see how this goes. Okay, so I'm back with another couple of really good flips. The Imbued Heart, out of nowhere, we somehow got an 800k margin on it. Or 700k I think, so we got 2.8 mil in profit on that. And on top of that, I also got around 1.2 mil on another Justiciar armor set combination, another really good one, and about 300k on the Eternal Glory, which means another 4.3 mil in profit just like that. Now you might notice I have a bunch of unsold heads in my inventory. I had a few ideas recently that I totally didn't steal from anybody of items to do, and the unsold heads were one of them. So we're going to try buying the Ensouled Dragon Head, the Ensouled Bloodveld Head, and the Ensouled Dagonoth Head. They all have really good margins, and I really do like items like that because they are high volume items technically, but slow enough to have really good margins and don't require so much maintenance. You can leave them in overnight and just make a lot of money slowly. Okay, the Imbued Heart is down to a 1k margin. Not going to do that again. Okay, so on top of that, I'm also going to do the Guardian Boots, and we'll just go for double the buy-in limit overnight, I think. Had a really good margin. I'm also going to try a rare high-volume item for me. I'm going to do the Dragon Bolts Unfinished. We're looking to get maybe a 30 GP margin, and on 30,000 of them, that would be a pretty easy million GP profit. And actually price-checked the Gilded Armor Set LG, and it has a 200k margin. Don't know how much this item is traded. I think I maybe flipped it a few times, but it's a pretty slow item. I'm also going to try for more of the Basilisk Jaw. One of my favorite items, definitely. Still has a really good margin, and the price does not seem to be moving anywhere too quickly. It does make the best in slot helm, but also they are terrible to kill, so it's kind of balanced that way, and the price will hopefully stay fairly high. And last up here, I'm going to do the Cape of Skulls again for about 20 mil. We had a really good flip on it earlier, so I'm going to try for that again. And that's going to be it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, I ended up actually skipping a day, and the reason for that is we just didn't get that much accomplished. We did lose a lot of money if that's accomplishing something, but I'm going to go over that kind of quickly here. Now, the unsold heads, those didn't work very well at all. It was very promising. We're looking to make maybe a couple mil on it, but instead, we ended up losing about 4 mil, maybe 3.5 mil on the unsold dragon heads. So that was a pretty big loss on that one. And even though we did profit on some of the other items, overall we're down a couple of mil since yesterday. And so we didn't really accomplish much at all, but I think that's probably where I'm just going to end it for today. Our winning streak is kind of over, so might as well just take a quick break and regroup for next week. So yeah, we started the episode off at about 695 mil, and let's go ahead and collect everything here and see where we ended up after not even a week, closer to 5 days really. 726 mil, which means we made over 30 mil this week. I definitely did take a couple of risks, like on the Arcane. We didn't end up buying the mage's book, but that would have been a good idea. But I was rewarded with a couple of really good margins and a pretty decent weekly profit. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, I would appreciate it if you left the video a like, and I will see you next week.